So, Oh my god, someone used dbinom. Don't use dbinom, people. Geronym. Alright. Thanks, Dorixter, for the follow. Do Rixter. That's definitely do Rixter. Oh man. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. Maybe I think I should just start deliberately mispronouncing every name so that no one feels like I mispronounced it on accident. But thanks to Naman12's #1 fan for the follow. Okay, so you have this set of k plus l guys in 0, 1. What is k plus l over 2kl? The heck? What is that? Alright, what's the equality case? Is it going to be like... What if you mispronounce? Then that's actually really embarrassing. But at least I think it's easier to mispronounce than... Or it's easier to mispronounce than to pronounce. Okay, so... Okay, let's say k equals 2, l equals 3, and let's take like 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Does that work? Then k plus l over 2kl is equal to... The threshold value we're looking at is what? 5/12, right? And we want the subsets for which the... Oh, actually that's really bad. Well... What is that quantity? What was... Okay, well if I look at 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, then the averages are 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and then 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So the averages on the left are 0, 1/2, 1, and 1, 2/3, 1/3. So this one's not in the threshold. This one's not in the threshold. This one should be, right? Because the difference is 1/6. So that gives me... Oh, sets can't repeat? Okay, just make them off by epsilon, it's fine. There's 15. Okay, yeah, you're right, sets can't repeat, so I should be a little more careful and say like plus epsilon. But we're not at the threshold yet, so none of them are close to the threshold, so the epsilons don't matter. So there's 15, and the threshold, the target number of good sets, 2 over 5, 5 choose 2. What am I talking about? There's 15? No, 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 no. Yeah, that's fine. 10 times 2/5 is 8. Two-fifths, 5 choose 2 is 1 if you add the 1. Wait, is it 4? Oh, geez, it's 4. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. This is why I never did well in the Amy. Okay, I don't... Okay. How do I get 5/12 as the difference of two things? We're going to try to reverse engineer what the equality case is from the fact that the number is 5/12. So 5/12 is I want it to be something halves minus something thirds, right? Shouldn't the 15 be 6? Did I? Yes, the 15 should be 6. That is correct. Oh, jeez. So, like, what is there an integer solution to like a over 2 minus b over 3 equals 5/12ths? Or let's say that's the other. Half is too big. If I do thirds, no, it doesn't work. There's no integer solutions to this. That's sad. Okay, so the equality case does not have zeros and ones. That's fine. What could the equality case be then? Because like the denominators are KL. You want is 1 over k plus 1 over L over 2? Yeah, that's probably better. Wait, does 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 just work? They're all under the threshold, right? I don't see why this value is. How does Amy 15 give 254 bits? Well, a bit costs a cent, so if you're willing to donate a bit of money to me, it's not that hard to get 254 bits. Uh... 6. How do you get 4 though? Why are bits so expensive? I mean, what do you mean by expensive? It's just a unit of currency. 0.00001. Does it actually work? I think if you do 1/2, yeah, all of them are under the threshold then, right? Or 1/2. 1/2 versus 0 or 1/3 versus... Actually, only one of them is. You get 6 good sets though, right? The ones that are good are the ones that... Well, I just feel like I want to understand what the numbers in this problem are doing. But I don't... 2 over k plus l. Maybe it'll help if I pick 2 odd numbers rather, because the 2 is actually confusing me. So I'm gonna wipe all this and change k and l to 3 and 5 so that I can see a little better what's going on. So let's take k equals 3, l equals 5. Threshold value is the average of this, which is 4/15ths. And the target number of good sets is... Actually, it bothers me that this binomial coefficient is not necessarily an integer. This balance seems pretty weak, just like my English skills. I mean, okay, if you want to just randomly bound it, what would you bound? You would say like... But see, if k and l are large, the threshold is really tight. Like if I have a big k and a big l, you know, something. k 1 over k's and L 1 over L's? Well, I think if you're going to do that, there's no reason you shouldn't pick all zeros and all ones, because when you do that, it amplifies the left-hand side. So if the problem is true for 1 over k and 1 over L, you actually should just look at zeros and ones. But the problem is like the issue is that your Okay, I'm gonna write down something stupid, and then we'll probably erase it if it doesn't do anything. So I actually have seen this KO plus L over choose K in like one place, which is cyclic shift method. I have no idea. You know, I should use the given grid. The whiteboard gives me a grid, and I should just use it. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. If this works, I'm going to be very surprised. But we'll see if I'm lucky today. So for relatively prime k and L, k plus L choose k counts the number of paths which remain entirely under this diagonal. So what if I sort the elements from least to greatest and then take them according to this? Does it always work? Let's find out. Someone... Yeah, if this works, I'm going to be kind of annoyed actually, because then it's just kind of like... So, don't you have to divide by k plus L or something? Or, oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, so this is, when k and L are relatively prime, this is exactly the number of paths that stay under the raised diagonal. So we're going to use that as our way to try to make sure the things are sort of balanced. So here I'm going to have 8 elements. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8. And is it true that if I follow this path, is it true that if I follow this path, I'll always get under the threshold? I have no idea, but it seems plausible. Well, okay, so so let me label the path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the numbers are sorted, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The diagram is actually a lattice path. So I guess what I'm saying is when you go right, you put this element in A, and when you go up, you put it in B. So my claim slash conjecture, wait, this doesn't make any sense. This definitely, if I just take the path that's like that, it doesn't work, right? Okay. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is not the right interpretation, because if you just go like that, then you put all the small elements in one place and all the big elements in one place. Okay, so ignore all of this. It was worth a shot. Yeah, I just... This is very uncharacteristic of me. I do not like to attempt problems like this. I'm gonna leave it here just because literally can't think of more interpretations of k plus L choose k over 1 over k plus L. It's just, as written, it's not what it is, because... Like, if I just do the path that's like... This should correspond to something. I don't know what it is. In general, if I sort the elements, what I'm looking for is like a sort of slope 3/5 type thing. So let me think about that a little. If I have x1, let me write in darker green. So I think the thing I said was almost the opposite of what I want, right? Like if I want to pick 5 and 3, then I want to space out where the 3 guys are. So a good choice would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like take 3, 6, 8. And it's probably the case that I would be very surprised if you could cause the average to like this particular set to not be good if they're in ascending order. So yeah, cyclic shift might just be the exactly 2 in every cyclic shift would work. I mean, I figured the 2 would come from me reading it either forwards or backwards. 2 in every cyclic shift work? That's a very strong claim. I mean, I totally believe it. I actually think the 2 comes from if K and O are not relatively prime. If K and O are not relatively prime, then you it increases a lot. But I suspect in the KL relatively prime case it might be like that. So okay. When I look at the cyclic shifts, so we think this is one that's pretty likely to work. This was actually under diagonal, but that's fine. Actually, I'm not convinced this is one I want. I actually want it to intersect a lot of times, right? Like I want to hug the diagonal, not stay under it. So this is a one that's, sorry, I lied about this 368. 368 is actually 2 leaning towards the right, and I would rather do something like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll bet you that this one, 2, 4, 7 should always work. Okay, someone posted a very big spoiler, so I'm gonna not read the spoiler. Thankfully it's so large it overflows the Twitch chat, so... Yeah. So, okay, if I hug the diagonal like this, can I prove that I'm at most... Why isn't there a hide in Twitch chat? I don't think Twitch was meant to play do ISL. It was like... I'm pretty sure it's meant to like play games. We can see if Twitch has the spoiler feature, but I'd be surprised. Hang on, GQMO thread got posted again. I need to delete it. Okay, someone deleted already. Great. People, stop posting the global quarantine problems. Also, steps are small. Okay, so like, if I have an explicit example like this, how do I even bound it? I just don't want to do the calculation. Maybe this is actually the more complicated case and I should be looking at the simple case first. The simplest case would be like the snake shape that has only one turn I drew. And I don't know which cyclic shift I want, but That one, I probably want it closer to the middle. Anyways, how do you bound it though? There's apparently a spoiler room. What is... Oh, really? Oh, for GQMO? Or for Twitch? For Twitch? Oh, okay. Send me a link to that. I want to look at that actually, because that would be quite useful. Thanks, Justin Editor, for the follow. I have to create it. I have to create a room. Can I? Twitch check create room. Thanks, Egak32 for the follow. Rooms will no longer be active as of October 30th. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, okay, apparently they killed the feature. That's very sad. Isn't 1 over k plus 1 over L the coefficient of the change of difference of averages? Oh. I see. When I change an element, if I switch a pair, then it becomes... Oh, that's actually really good. That's really important. So 1 over k, this is the threshold for element exchange. Like, difference changes at most this per if you swap. Okay, well, we're looking at cyclic shifts. If I apply a cyclic shift, how much does it change by? But cyclic shift change a ton? Okay, sad. Okay, that's fine then. So we'll do the swapping. Okay, so it's like suppose I start with x1, x2, x3, and then I have x4, x5 through x8. So this one is as large as possible, and then the claim is that I feel like it shouldn't... I'm not sure how much it is. So it's just like there's a lot of ways I can pick which element to exchange, but if I exchange it until it's swapped, so x6, x7, x8 are on the far left, and x1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are on the far left, or far right, that's okay. And I sort of want to just put these in different paths. Okay, are we dropping cyclic shift? It was fun while it lasted, but I'm not sure that's the way to go. Rather, I want to... If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then at the end I have eventually 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I sort of want to drop a bunch of disjoint paths. Do you think it shifts by not too much? I mean, if a cyclic shift doesn't change by too much, that's really good, because then we can put the two ideas together and it'll work. Yeah, we're assuming it's sorted. Like, the problem with the... I like this thing about going from here to here, but the issue is I don't know how to do it cleanly in terms of, like... Each path should start working and then keep working. I'm not sure what that means. So if I have a path, like, there will be a point in the middle where it's okay, but then the sign will flip. Yeah, so if I have a path that's like consecutive swapping, then when it flips sign, these two guys should work. But yeah, when the sign flips, you get a nice subset. My question is, like, how do you draw the paths? Like, I don't know what this graph looks like, but you would want to, like, the best case scenario is if the graph was like a bunch of disjoint strings or something like that. But I think that's too good to be true, right? Two sets should decelerate when approaching and accelerate when parting. Maybe difference is at most 1 over k plus 1 over L. Um, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, this times 2. So potentially the difference could change by up to 8/15ths, and your threshold is 4/15ths. So because you have a threshold of 4/15th, you get actually 8/15ths is really big. That's like more than half, right? 8 choose 3 is 56. So we want a quarter of them to be nice. Our threshold is 4/15ths. Mm. Yeah, only one thing per path works. But is there a way I can get like 14 paths? Like 14 paths is a lot for these 56 numbers. Ah, man. So we have two broad. We can either do paths or I have 15 possible starting swaps. That's true. Um, Thanks, Jack3344 for the follow. Cyclic shifts on arbitrary permutations. Right, so that's what the path is, right? Like if I have a, like say 247, I can shift it, and if I just keep shifting this pattern 247 left by 1, doesn't work. Thanks for the follows to solve cool, and I just missed one. Is that dare? I'm gonna pronounce it dare. 247 minus 35 is this should. Is Evan frozen? Am I frozen? Two sequences should at least work. I'm just confused. Oh, I don't. I see. Hey, the music stopped. Why? The permutation thing. Okay, please explain to me what's happening. I feel like I'm not saying something. So, okay, you start with an arbitrary. Oh. You're starting with an arbitrary partition. So, like, you write something like this. You're cyclic shifting it. Oh, jeez. Okay. The cyclic shift has length A. It's symmetric. Okay, I see. The problem is I was starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But instead, you're saying just take, like, pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, pi 4, pi 5. Oh, I see. I was too stuck on the idea of the that's so smart. Then there's 8 cyclic shifts. In general, there's k plus l shifts. Because the threshold is... Does the paths work? Okay, let me first work out this, and because I have like half an hour left over, I'll try to... oh. Okay. K plus l shifts mean 0. So 2, okay. So then you get k plus l factorial. There's k plus l, there's k plus l cyclic shifts, and then you divide by k factorial, l factorial. The claim is that 2 of these will work because we're shifting by... Is it 2 or 1? I feel like it's 1, right? Because the thing could change by up to... Two of them because you have to go up and then back down. Oh, okay, fine. Okay. Okay, so that does work. So I want to see if this cyclic shift here, this 247 to 358, does it also work? Like, I'm worried the average might change too much. I agree that it's mean 0. All of these have the mean 0 property. Is that actually what you get? That's so funny. Okay, let's write it down then. So when I move from x2, x4, x7 to x3, x5, x8, I'm worried about the wraparound the most, but I guess that's not a big deal. They have average. Okay, let me link this through. So the one good guy is like, you get plus 1/3 x3 minus 1/5 x 3. And then on the other one, this is like plus 1/5 x2 minus 1/3 x2. So well, you can assume without loss of generality that the endpoints are 0 and 1. So like 0, 1. That's fine, because you can scale up the numbers and shift them, so that's the case. So when I do this, the 3 guy and the 5 guy we have, it's like plus x3. That's true. No. It's either in your case, the wraparound number is either in your case set or else set. Oh, that's so smart. Okay, that's fine. All right, so yeah, I see. So this is like 1/3 x8 minus 1/3 x7. And it's the, yeah, so the change to, well, I don't see what, is it true that we can only look at one point of view? Because we get like, okay, hang on. Some guy is really persistently posting GQMO. God. Can't not people read directions? Jeez. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, so I don't see why you can kind of do the symmetry and only look at one, because like sort of both of them. Oh, but the quantity is the same. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. So this is like you get 1/3 times some number and then 1/5 times the same number as the other change. Okay. All right, we did it. That should work. But the pi thing is very smart. It was like I was so fixated on having the min to max, but you can just, the mean 0 is the thing I was totally missing. All right. Okay. Wow, that worked a lot better than I thought it would. Because the G6 went down so quickly, and then the C5 we actually got. C5 took us a while. Actually, it didn't take us that long. This is a half an hour. Yeah, we made it. C5 easier. No, I think the A1 was easier and I was just confused. I think the C5 we had to... C5 is one of those problems I really don't like because I don't... The bound isn't tight. I really don't like problems where the bound isn't tight because the normal way I think about problems like this is just like, okay, why is the bound sharp, and use that as my, like, figure out the equality case and then try to go after it. But a problem like this is just like the bounds are set up so the solution works, so you can't get concrete data to work with. Once you do request the problem, 8:30 p.m. right before we start. Can I make a unit about bad bounds? I could, although it would overlap a lot with anti-problems. Yeah. K equals 1. I think in the A1 we would have realized n halves didn't work, because I was looking at it as like, this bound doesn't look right, and then I'm like, I think I can construct an example where j equals 2 breaks, and then that... I originally thought it would be the case that j equals j at least n halves works, and then I got a counterexample. So I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. So I think we would have figured out pretty quickly anyways.